Minasan, konnichiwa. Watashi no channel e yokoso. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you about my top 10 Japanese products. These are things that I've mainly discovered here in Japan, and I'm going to be explaining why I think that they're so cool. I will also be saying 3 things which I don't really appreciate, and I also don't think I ever will appreciate, but I'm sure there's someone out there who does. So let's get started with my top 10 Japanese products. The first thing is not one thing, it's multiple things. Basically, any product from Daiso. Discovering Daiso has pretty much changed my life, and the fact that it's so cheap, but yet at the same time such good quality really amazes me. There are many products in there that I didn't even realize that I needed before seeing them in Daiso. For example, chair socks. Great invention, but never thought I would need them. Now my chair has them. Minasan, please leave a comment and let me know what's your favorite item from Daiso. Another thing I absolutely love is the Japanese face care sheet masks. You know, those things that might look a bit scary. Japanese skincare is actually really fantastic quality, and I find them really helpful, not just for my aging skin, unfortunately, but also just to have a little bit of me time. It feels really fun and refreshing to do a face mask, and similarly other sort of like creams and lotions and potions. I feel that Japan has a really good quality of skincare. This next one is completely not related to the previous one, and this is Japan's amazing array of fish cakes. Sasakamaboko, chikuwa, hampen, all these different types of fish cake I absolutely love, and they really surprised me because if you say fish cake in Britain, or I think maybe even in America, we think of this big like korokke, like a fish korokke, high calorie, high carbohydrate, not healthy, not gluten-free. So to see a Japanese fish cake, which is high protein, low fat, and just like really fun to eat, I was really happy. And I would say that fish cakes are a big feature in pretty much my everyday life. Love a fish cake. Okay, the next one is kimono. Just wonderful. And I think before I came to Japan, I didn't really understand like the beauty of kimono. Like, of course I saw it and I was like, oh, that's pretty, you know, but I didn't understand the change in sensation when you wear a kimono, or, you know, how you hold your body differently, how you feel within yourself. It's a different kind of elegance and a different kind of beauty that makes wearing a kimono feel so special and so gorgeous, I guess. I think it's kind of not really understood so much in the West, because the idea of being kind of covered up is quite different. And I think once you understand about kimono, you understand that a lot of them are hand stitched or hand embroidered, and these materials of the kimono are fantastic and extremely expensive. And I think once you actually physically wear one, you can feel it. You can feel that it's a very grand outfit indeed. So that was an amazing thing to discover, and a product that I would like to own myself one day. So I've just gone from a really glamorous, gorgeous, sophisticated point to possibly the least glamorous one on this list, but something that I have discovered in Japan and greatly appreciate is something that probably most foreigners will say, and this is a washlet. I just don't know how I survived without one before. I mean, Sorry, it's not a very glamorous point, but yeah, amazing. And similarly, talking about sort of bathroom stuff, I really like the fact that my bath will announce when it's full. I love that. In the UK, you have to kind of stand and watch the bath and make sure that it doesn't overflow. But in Japan, it kind of like keeps itself hot for you and will let you know when it's time to get ready for your bath, which is great. This next thing, very, very Japanese and something I really, really missed when I was in the UK, and this is oshibori. I mean, again, it's kind of like the wash that, like, how did I survive for so many years of my life just like going out on the streets, going into a restaurant and not even like having anything to wipe my hands? I don't know, like there's something about the oshibori which is so part of a meal for me now, and I don't know how I lived without it. This next point is actually two companies and it's a little bit more materialistic. I love the Japanese brands called Kimura and Nosaku. I mean, Kimura does absolutely gorgeous, delicate glasses. I have some champagne flutes which are just so beautiful and they really make the meal or the drink feel gorgeous. You could drink some oolong tea from it, but you just feel gorgeous. And similarly, Nosaku is just a beautiful brand that use metal, and each of the items are very delicate. So I have a set of hashioki from Nosaku, and they're bendable and they come in different shapes, and again, they just add a certain loveliness to the table. Very gorgeous, very delicate, and very Japanese, I would say. You know, that craftsmanship is just flawless and it adds something to the meal or the experience. If you haven't checked those companies before, do check them out because they're just absolutely gorgeous. Excellent gifts as well, and yeah, really lovely items. The next one, very, very important to me, very life-changing for my mouth particularly, and this is daifuku. I just love, you know, just the mochi is so amazing, and I'm so grateful that Japan has such an interesting array of different types of mochi. I mean, of course, there's like the standard like tsubuan and koshian, but I also really like the kind of more experimental things like shiroan is great. I really love that. And like fruit daifuku or custard cream daifuku. I basically just love that mochi texture. That is for sure, no doubt, my number one texture. It's just the best. I love it so much. So again, I don't really know how I survived for 18 years of my life without mochi. I was actually 18 when I discovered mochi, and ever since then we've been best friends. So yeah, love you mochi. Love you. Okay, the next one. I love the jihankis all over Japan. I like it because it's very quick and easy, and I also love the selection inside the jihanki. When I went to the UK, I noticed that when I wanted a coffee, a bottle of coffee, it was sweet and milky. But I was like, what about like just black coffees? Or what about milky coffees but no sugar or something like that? But I feel like in Japan, there's such an array of different types of coffee, different types of tea, and the jihankis tend to display all these different things. So I really appreciate that there seems to be accessible drinks for everybody's tastes. We do have vending machines, but I think it's more kind of like we have lots of soft drinks like Coke and like Fanta and other things which I may have like on occasion, but I'd much rather the array of like different types of tea and coffee that Japan has. Now I'm on my last point, and this may strike you as strange, particularly as I'm not very good at reading Japanese. This is Japan's manga cafes. Now, I'm sure some people use it to go and read manga, but not me, my friends, not me. I had a particularly fun night out one night, which involved quite a lot of Nihonshu. and I did have work the next day. So in my break time at work, I was really, really tired and I just needed a rest. So I went to a manga cafe with my heavy head and went in and got myself a little room, lay down, fell asleep for a while. Then when I woke up, had a shower, ate some ice cream, then I was fine. And I just went back to work, just carried on with my life. And it was so nice to have this kind of like, not like a hotel, but just a kind of like little space to go to and be away from like everyday life. Even just like in the middle of Shibuya, you can go up, you can go to this manga cafe and, you know, play on the internet, read manga, eat ice cream, you know, have a sleep, do whatever you want in this little space, which is, you're not exposed like you are in a cafe. Like in a cafe, you know, you can see other people and stuff, but in this little space, you can just sort of be by yourself. And I really, really liked that actually. I thought it was just a really nice environment and a lovely dynamic, especially in Tokyo. You know, you can see a lot of people in one day and you can feel like kind of squashed by, you know, feeling watched and stuff. So I think having this tiny little moment in a little space by yourself that is not your home and is not like so openly public is just genius, really. Okay, now 3 things that I do not appreciate, and yeah, I just find them weird. Number 1, towel kits. I just don't understand. Like, towels are towels, and blankets are blankets. And if you want a light blanket, there's a light blanket. But what on earth is a towel kit for? This is like a running joke between my husband and I, because he's like, hey, look at my towel kit. And I'm like, no, get that thing away from me. I just don't really understand it. I just don't think that there's ever a need for a towel kit. Mina-san, let me know. Like, please try and help me understand, because right now I just don't understand why a towel kit would ever be A, necessary, and B, a good idea. Just don't get it. Another thing that I don't think I will ever appreciate is kalpis. What is it? Is it a sparkling drink? Is it milky yogurt thing? Like, for me, it's a creation that just did not need to be invented. However, I notice it's quite popular. So, Mina-san, if you drink kalpis, let me know, like, when do you feel like a kalpis? Like, what does it do for you? I just don't get it, you know. But maybe one day I'll love it, so who knows. This next one, definitely something that I will never ever appreciate and may make me sound like a bit of a monster. But when I buy a yogurt, for example, from the convenience store, and they hand me the tiniest spoon I have ever seen in my life, I'm just like, no, thank you. I don't need that. I could not even get anything off there. I'd have to do like 400 spoonfuls. It's just not my size, I'm afraid. It would take me hours to eat that yogurt. Too small, too small. All right, well, thank you so much for listening today. I hope this was interesting. Let me know what are your favorite products, what do you use every single day, and what could you not live without? Oh, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I really want to grow. I really want to make more content and just enjoy this YouTube journey with you. So click that subscribe button, please. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.